Okay, third graders. So if you missed class this week, this is what we're doing. So we have completed our Roll a Mirror Row project. So you guys last week had dice and you rolled for each body part of a creature or some sort of crazy being, I guess, that was inspired by Miraux's paintings and drawings. So this week, that was 2-dimensional. This week, we're moving on to 3-dimensional. But before we can get started on the sculpture, you need to have an idea. So in art, there are these things called thumbnail sketches. So think about your thumbnail. It's pretty small. It's kind of square, rectangular. That's kind of what we're doing. So we have a small drawing. I have 3 of them. You are also going to have 3 of them. 3 thumbnail sketches. That's basically just a quick sketch of an idea that you have for an art project. So for this, you'll be using a paper towel roll, construction paper, scissors, and glue. So the paper towel roll is the main base of your sculpture. So this is how you draw a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, either one, is an oval, 2 vertical parallel lines, and then a curved line at the bottom. So if I were to draw that all together, oval, 2 parallel vertical lines, and then a curve at the bottom. So that's how you're going to draw your paper towel roll to start. Then you're going to go onto your paper towel roll and start designing how you want to combine geometric and organic shapes to create a sculpture. So for mine, I used lots of geometric shapes on this idea. This idea I used more organic shapes. And then I'd have a third idea too. Once you've done 3 ideas combining geometric and organic shapes, you'll color the one that you like best. So pretend I'd done all 3. I liked this one the best, and so I colored it. You will use 3 colors plus black, just like Miro did. Black is optional. Optional. You need to use 3 colors, no more than 3. 3 colors and black, or just 3 colors. So for this one, I've done 3 colors, but I'll probably go back and add some black details to create emphasis. And emphasis is it's a principle of design that, so we have the elements of art and the principles of design. And the principles of design are created when we combine the elements of art. And the elements of art are something we've talked a lot about in class. So emphasis is when you put a lot of focus on something. So for instance, my blue dots stand out because they're a lot brighter than my light green and my yellow. So I've put emphasis on them. If I went back and outlined my dots in black, or maybe if I added some pattern to some of my shapes, that emphasizes them as well. So it brings attention to them. It makes them pop out. So think about shapes that you want to bring attention to, that you want the artist or the viewer's eye to focus on. Think about creative ways you could use your paper towel roll. Could you crumple it to make it a weird shape? Could you cut it in half or cut it into different pieces and attach them weird ways? So maybe this one over here, I can shrink it so it's a half of a paper towel roll. Then maybe I cut it the other side and it's just like I've cut it in half and then opened it and unrolled it. So this is kind of an unrolled section. Maybe there's some more of the unrolled section over here. Maybe I stack them on top of each other. Maybe I slide them into each other. Think about ways, like on mine, I made little pretend slits. So how could I slide my pieces into my paper towel roll instead of just having them glued on top of it? Think about ways that you could make this 3-dimensional. Think about ways that or how it would look from all 3 sides, or all sides. So I haven't finished mine yet, but this is inspired by this drawing right here. So I started adding my blue dots yesterday, but I haven't finished. But think about, okay, this is how this looks from this side. Like I had originally just put some yellow on one side, but I realized if you're on the back of my sculpture, you would be able to think, okay, this is the back because there's no details on this side. So I need to go back and add details so that it is a sculpture that you can look at from all sides because it's three-dimensional. Sculptures are almost always looked at from all of the sides. So make sure that you're thinking about that when you're designing it. So your task this week is just to design a sculpture based on Miro using organic and geometric shapes to combine to create a crazy sculpture. We talk about it a little bit in class, but I want you to look on page 8 and 10 through 12 in your in the lesson, in the Joan Miro lesson. I think it's 2.02. Joan Miro. So that you can get ideas of how to do a sculpture and learn a little bit about surrealism. And surrealism is a type of artwork that's inspired by dreams. I like to say that they're inspired by nightmares because I think they're kind of scary. But think about ways, maybe you add a face to your sculpture. Maybe there's something that you dream about that's kind of abstract or weird and that you want to include that in part of your sculpture. That'd be great. So think about creative ways that you could create a surrealist, abstract sculpture using geometric and organic shapes. 3 colors plus black. The black is optional, but 3 colors, no more than 3, plus black. If you have any questions at all, message me on Schoology and I would love to help you. I know this is a lot of information. The next class we'll start making our sculpture, so make sure that you have your paper towel or toilet paper roll and your construction paper, scissors, and glue with you. Good luck, and I'll see you guys next class. Adios.